getting ready to start the match. Beautiful afternoon here at Palermo. The umpire, Gaston Dorniac, puts the ball into play. Coming out of the lineup quickly, it's taken up by Alberto Pedro Hegi. Moving back for the La Spadania defense, Ernesto Trotz. He doesn't connect on the ball, but Gonzalo Pierez is there. Gonzalo turns that ball around. Gonzalo Pierez. Gonzalo leaves the ball now for Ernesto Trotz. Trotz sending the pass up the field. Coming in for play, it's Alfonso Pierez. But Alberto Pedro Hegi backs it away for Indios Chaplifu. Carlos Cressida knocks that ball down, sends it towards goal. Coming back quickly, Eduardo Hegi for the defense. Hegi up to brother Pepe. Pepe on a fast pony, streaking on downfield. Alfonso Pierez in pursuit, but Pepe's got the speed. Pepe Hegi cuts one over the right-hand side. Alberto Pedro is there with Ernesto Trotz, who makes the backhander. Trotz shot across the field. Carlos Cressida riding for the line. Benjamin Araja, short backhander against the pony. Carlos Cressida called off now by Pierez. Alfonso, little belly shot right down along the boards. It takes a hop and it's off the polo field. So Gaston Dorniac lines the players up, holds the ball back into play. Here comes Alfonso Pierez. His mallet is hooked by Benjamin Araja, but Alfonso still has the ball. Alfonso checks over his shoulder. Look at that pickup by Carlos Cressida in the air. Carlos Cressida two times out of the air. Carlos setting up Alfonso Pierez. Eduardo Hegi, strong back shot. Picked out of the air once again by Carlos Cressida. Playing a little tennis out there as Benjamin Araja goes to the backhander and the whistle sounds. Gonzalo Pierez to take the penalty 3 for La Spadania. Gonzalo moves in, takes the shot, takes one hop towards the goal, and it's outside. No score. Eduardo Hegi sends the ball up on the playing field. Moving in. Alfonso Pierez intercepting. But it's picked up now by Benjamin Araja. Benjamin, the number 3 for Dios Chaplifu 2. His shot turned back by Gonzalo Pierez, and we have a whistle. Eduardo Hegi will take the penalty 4. Eduardo, one of the best penalty shooters down here. Hegi's shot takes a hop right towards goal. It carries on through, and Indios Chaplifu 2 finds themselves on the board. Semifinal match here, the 1988 Argentine Open. Gonzalo Pierez quickly out of the lineup. Gonzalo sends the next shot. A little bit short. Now recovers on the near side. Ball hops over his mallet head. Pepe Hegi comes in. So does Alfonso Pierez. Pepe leaves the play for his father, Alberto Pedro Hegi. Alberto Pedro running it up the left-hand side of the field. Alberto Pedro Hegi, his shot right towards goal. Coming back to defend, Alfonso Pierez. Alfonso's shot down to Carlos Cressida. Carlos hooked in the play by Alberto Pedro Hegi. Here comes Pierez once again on the ball. That's good shot. His shot turned down by Alberto Pedro Hegi, former 10-goal great. Pepe Hegi ridden off now by Pierez. And across the field, Pepe Hegi, short backhander, blocked by opponents. Moving in, it's going to be Eduardo Hegi, and the whistle sounds. Midway through chukker number 1 with the score. Indios Chaplifu 1, La Spadania 0. Ernesto Trotz drives the penalty 5 deep into La Spadania territory. Carlos Cressida reaches behind the pony of Eduardo Hegi. Hegi goes for the ball. Alfonso Pierez shoots, but it's wide to the right. Eduardo Hegi behind the line for the knockdown. Eduardo taps the ball towards the middle. Carlos Cressida comes to challenge. Eduardo punches one up the field. Benjamin Araja sends it further down the ground. Here comes Alberto Pedro Hegi on the play. The number 2 for the white team. Alberto Pedro Hegi turning on the speed. Alberto Pedro Hegi sending the pass up towards Pepe. Pepe can't get the handle on the bounce. It's turned around now by Gonzalo Pierez. Gonzalo, the number 3 for La Spadania. His shot turned around by Pepe Hegi. Alberto Pedro fires one towards goal. Alberto Pedro's shot blocked by a pony. Gonzalo Pierez sends one across field. Alfonso Pierez on the pickup. Alfonso against the sideboard. Benjamin Araja rides for the line. That ball looks like it's off the polo field. La Spadania 0. Carlos Cressida quickly out of the lineup. Carlitos Cressida from Mexico. The only foreigner in the Argentine Open this year. Backed up now by Benjamin Araja. Benjamin's shot along the boards. Pepe moves in, but Ernesto Trotz makes the backhander against the boards. Gonzalo Pierez dribbles it forward. Gonzalo runs the turn now. Gonzalo Pierez setting up Ernesto Trotz. Trotz knocks it down on the near side. Ernesto still with the play. Ernesto trots. The number 4 for Espadan in the green and white. It's Ernesto moving the ball up the ground. Ben Hameen Raja steals the play on the near side. Ben Hameen's drive. Rise at top of the boards and finds its way out of play. Gaston Dorniak lining the players up here along the board. The ball back in play. Ben Hameen's all trapped up. Alfonso Pires coming out with the ball. Stolen now by Pepe Heggie, but the whistle does sound. Cosida, number 1 for Las Padania to take this penalty 4 from the 60-yard line. Carlos takes a shot right on through for the score. But wait, we had a whistle. It was deflected off the mallet. Possible safety. Discussion down there. All right, I guess it was off one of the Las Padania's mallets, so the knock-in being taken now by Eduardo Heggie. Las Padania unable to convert 2 penalty shots so far. Backed out of there by Alfonso Pires, and once again, the umpire's whistle sound. Approaching this penalty 4. Carlos, this time a little stronger, but wide to the left as well. And the score still remains 1-0 in favor of Indios Chapleau. Just a little over 1 minute remaining in this chukker as Eduardo Heggie prepares for the knock-in. Heggie follows on his own line. Eduardo Heggie sends one down to the center of the ground. Brother Pepe coming in for the play. Pepe Heggie trying to get past Ernesto Trots. He does, but he doesn't take the ball with him as Gonzalo Pires turns on the ball. Gonzalo. Eduardo Heggie, it's up, and a score. So Eduardo Heggie. So Indios Chapleau capitalizing on the penalty shots, and it's now 2-0 with about 30 seconds left in the first chukker. Out of the lineup, Trots puts it on downfield. Eduardo Heggie ever on the defense. Nicely back ball. Eduardo Heggie setting up brother. Excuse me, that's Ben Hameen Raja coming on the line. Ben Hameen centering shot. Right over to Alberto Pedro. Alberto Pedro rides out the line, sends it on towards goal. Pepe Heggie's there. It's Pepe with a pickup on the near side. And it's now 3-0 in favor of Indios Chapleau. So that chukker definitely going Indios Chapleau's way. 3-0 the score here in chukker number 1. So that chukker definitely going Indios Chapleau's way. 3-0 the score here in chukker number 1. All right, the ball's in play. Chukker number 2 underway. Coming out of there. Ben Hameen Raja setting up Pepe Heggie. Pepe heading on down towards goal, but Ernesto Trots takes the inside track, turns that ball towards the boards. Ernesto being hustled now by Pepe. Short backhander by Ernesto. Alfonso Pires coming in. Alfonso unable to pick it up. Gonzalo Pires ridden off by Alberto Pedro Heggie, but Carlos Crescita takes the ball for Las Padania. Alfonso Pires unable to knock that ball down. Gonzalo Pires turns, but Alberto Pedro Heggie gets the line first. Alberto Pedro heading towards goal. Alfonso Pires unable to complete the shot. Gonzalo Pires gets it away from Alberto Pedro. Alberto Pedro unhappy with the play as Carlos Crescita tries to set up Gonzalo. Carlos going down for the pass. Pepe Heggie takes it away. Ben Hameen rides out the line, and the whistle sounds again. Eduardo Heggie smacks that penalty 3 right through the score, and Eduardo Heggie gets his 3rd penalty goal of the day. So, penalty shots have been costly thus far. Early in chukker number 2, umpire Gaston Dorniak. All in for a proper lineup, but he's going to get run over. Now he puts the ball in play. Out of the lineup, it's Alfonso Pires. Down to Ernesto Trots. Ernesto Trots coming up with the ball. Ernesto Trots trying to finesse his way between 2 Indios Chapleau players. Alberto Pedro reaches for the ball, and the whistle sounds in favor of Las Padania. Gonzalo Pires. The chance to get on the board. Gonzalo's shot. Oh, it's through for the score this time. Out of the lineup, Ernesto Trots. Trots challenging there by Pepe Heggie. Carlos Crescita partially hooked by Eduardo Heggie. Alberto Pedro, short shot. Gonzalo Pires recognizing the opportunity, jumps on the ball. Gonzalo coming up the left-hand side of the field, waits for the ball to settle. Cuts behind Pepe Heggie. Gonzalo still has the ball at the end of his mallet. Winds up with a shot, he's hooked, and Alberto Pedro makes the hook in the backhander, but Gonzalo Piedras once again from the 40-yard line. Gonzalo takes the shot. It's wide. So, Gonzalo Piedras has missed 2 open goal penalty shots. There is a whistle. So, Carlos Casita will approach for penalty 3. Carlos, it's up in the air. This time they've got the score. Carlos Casita finding the mark. All right, ball back in play. Pepe Hagee out of the lineup. Pepe, excuse me, that's Benjamin Raja. As Ernesto Trotz comes back in the defense. Pepe now reaching for the ball. Pepe Hagee, deep next shot. Not quite enough angle. It will roll over the back line. Ernesto Trotz, beautiful shot off the back line, about 90 yards up the field. Carlos Casita kicking him out on the play. Alfonso Piedras turns, backs it up to brother Gonzalo. Gonzalo Piedras. Gonzalo getting away from Hagee. Gonzalo Piedras. Gonzalo. Ball off the line. Gonzalo decides to turn. Gonzalo Piedras. Hooked by Hagee as Ernesto Trotz comes in. Ernesto gets stolen by Alberto Pedro Hagee. Former 10-goal great. Racing on down the goal. Alberto Pedro moving up towards that goal. He's lost the ball. As Alfonso Piedras turns it up for Las Padania. Benjamin Raja meets it on the near side. Gonzalo Piedras comes in and the whistle sounds. Ernesto Trotz, a worm burner, up the ground, off the pony of Carlos Casita. Alfonso Piedras moves in, tail shot towards the goal, but it's off the pony's leg as Alberto Pedro Hagee comes in with Ernesto Trotz. Man, we had a whistle on that play. Penalty 5 given in favor of Indios Chaplifrudos. Eduardo Hagee to take the shot from midfield. Eduardo gives it a ride off the pony of Benjamin Raja. Coming in quickly, Carlos Casita takes the loose ball. Carlos turns it around, heads up towards goal. Carlos cuts behind Eduardo Hagee. Carlos just keeps that ball at the end of his mallet. Carlos Casita written off by Eduardo Hagee. Short back shot by Hagee. Here comes a backhander by Gonzalo Piedras. No one there to take the pass as Pepe Hagee turns it back. Sent back further by Alberto Pedro. Gonzalo Piedras turning on the ball. Gonzalo takes it out of the air. Gonzalo, but it's stolen now by Benjamin Raja. Intercepted on the play. Alfonso Piedras up to Carlos Casita. Eduardo Hagee backs it away once again. Ernesto Trotz moving forward. Ernesto shoots the goal. Ernesto shot. It looks like it may be good. It sure is. Gaston Dorniak lining the players up. Blows the whistle once again. He says, come on, guys. Every time I get here, you want to run me over. Gaston Dorniak bowls that ball in play. Out of the lineup comes Eduardo Hagee out the back door. Eduardo Hagee trying to reach his forwards. That ball off the cane of his mallet. Alberto Pedro sending the pass up towards Pepe. But moving into the defense, it's Alfonso Piedras. Alfonso's back shot off the pony. Pepe Hagee strokes the goal. Pepe's got the score. Pepe Hagee ever so quick. And it's now back in play. Eduardo Hagee necks it on downfield, right up to his dad, Alberto Pedro Hagee. Alberto Pedro, but it's knocked out of the air by Ernesto Trotz. Alberto Pedro bears down hard on the line. Alberto shoots. Here comes Pepe, but he doesn't have to do a thing. Alberto Pedro just bearing on down. Back to midfield. About 38 seconds left to go. Gaston Dorniak bowls the ball into play. Alfonso Piedras tries to finesse the line. Gonzalo hooks them out of Alberto Pedro. Alberto Pedro over to Pepe. Pepe Hagee. Excuse me, Benjamin Raja. I'm getting mixed up today. Bright sunshine here at Palermo. Ernesto Trotz with a backhander. Intercepted by Alfonso Piedras. Alfonso ever so quick on the line. Alfonso getting it together now. Alfonso Piedras letting us only run. There's the bell. We're in the overtime period here now. There's no limit to the time. It's who scores or when the ball goes out of play. Carlos Casita's hook. Pushing that across the field by Alberto Pedro Hagee. Alberto Pedro turning on the speed. Comes to the line, but Gonzalo Piedras gets in first in the play. His shot off the pony. That will end Chucker number 2. So, Chucker number 2 evened up at 3 goals apiece. Indios Chaplain Crew holds on to the lead 6-3. Chucker number 3. Indios Chaplain Crew maintaining a 3-goal lead. Gaston Dorniak having a little discussion with Alberto Pedro Hagee. Alberto thought it was his line, but from here it looked like he necked the ball, went off the line, and came back. Gonzalo came straight down the line of the ball, and that's the way the call is. As you see it, Carlos Cressida along the boards. Backed out of there by Benjamin Araja. Benjamin down to Pepe. Pepe Hagee. Pepe having a little trouble with the bouncing ball. Alberto Pedro reaches way out of the saddle, trying to get it forward. Alfonso Piedras knocks it out of the air. Gonzalo Piedras going for the ball. Eduardo coming through with lots of force. And the whistle has sounded. All right, the ball downfield by Ernesto Trotz. Alfonso Piedras coming in. Carlos Cressida, his mallet is hooked by Alberto Pedro Hagee. Alberto Pedro reaching back, getting away a nice near side backhander. Benjamin Araja carries the ball forward. Carlos Cressida's backhander against the pony of Hagee. It's Gonzalo Piedras coming out with the ball, and the whistle sounds again. Eduardo Hagee approaches the penalty 5. Hagee playing so well this afternoon thus far. Hagee taps it forward. Carlos Cressida giving way to the line. Eduardo Hagee bounces one downfield, up in front of goal. It's Pepe Hagee to shoot towards goal. Turned around by Alfonso Piedras. Picked up by Alberto Pedro Hagee. Alberto Pedro Hagee getting his second goal of the game, and it's now 7-3. Indios Chapel, who won can win tomorrow. We'll have an all-Indios final. A lot of Hagees out there, but we've still got a lot of time left. Ernesto Trotz going back to the defense. Trotz hammers a short backhander across the field. Here comes Pepe Hagee turning the ball. Pepe cuts behind Alfonso Piedras. Pepe strokes to goal. Pepe still on the ball. Alfonso Piedras steals the line, takes the ball across field, and we have a whistle. Okay, Eduardo Hagee. Eduardo, it's up through, and that ball will, and it's now 8-3 in favor of Indios Chaplet Food Dose. Eduardo Hagee sends the pass up to Pepe. Pepe having a little trouble with the bouncing ball. It's kicked by the pony of Trotz going forward. Eduardo comes through. Eduardo avoids the hook. Eduardo Hagee. And it's wide to the right. Ernesto Trotz behind the back line. Nice knock in along the ground. Up to Alfonso Piedras. Alfonso centering it over towards Carlos. Carlos is bumped and backed up now by Alberto Pedro Hagee for Indios Chaplet Food. Ernesto Trotz keeps that ball out of reach. Sends it forward. Ernesto coming in. Benjamin Araja tries the back shot. Ernesto Trotz coming on through the line. Benjamin Araja. Beautiful back shot by Benjamin Araja. Let's see if he can get 3 for 3 from the 60-yard line. Eduardo Hagee, this time it's along the ground, it's wide to the left. So, we'll have a knock-in by Ernesto Trotz for Espadan. Ernesto comes out of the shadows, goes across the middle of the field. Gonzalo Piedras coming in for the line. Gonzalo. Carlos Cressida calls for the ball. Ernesto Trotz comes in to help out Gonzalo. Ernesto smacks one on downfield. Carlos Cressida waiting for the play. Backed out of the air nicely by Eduardo Hagee. Hagee having to reach behind the pony. Takes it out of the air. Alberto Pedro with a back shot as Gonzalo Piedras makes the backhander. Gonzalo's shot intercepted by Eduardo Hagee. Look at Hagee get that pony around. Hagee ridden off by Carlos Cressida. Backed up here by another Indios player. Benjamin Araja, cross field for Pepe Hagee. Hagee takes the pass from Benjamin. Pepe Hagee slows it down with Alfonso Piedras. Gonzalo hooks the mallet of Pepe. Carlos Cressida riding Benjamin Araja wide, but Eduardo Hagee fires a bullet towards that goal. His shot partially blocked by Alfonso Piedras. Gonzalo coming in on the line now. Gonzalo will have to recover. He does with a backhander, trying to get the ball to Ernesto Trotz. Trotz trying to reach his forwards. Ernesto, nicely hit ball along the boards. Ernesto Trotz comes in, but it does go out of play. So, a little less than 3 minutes left in chapter number 3. The score, Indios Chaplet Food Dose 8 and Las Badania 3. Ernesto Trotz to hit the penalty 5 from midfield. Ernesto lets one go down the ground, moving in. Alfonso Piedras once on the near side. Bumped hard by Alberto Pedro Hagee. He gets a nice backhander away. Gonzalo Piedras turns towards goal. Gonzalo shoots. Gonzalo's shot. It's got eyes. It's taken out of there by Hagee. Picked up now by Benjamin Araja, but we did have a whistle. Piedras to hit the penalty two from about 2 yards out. Trots up to it, strokes it on through. They've got the score. It's now 8-4. Great game thus far. All right, we're back in play. Here comes Eduardo Hagee, strong backhander, setting up Benjamin Araja. Araja's ridden off, and it's turned around here by Ernesto Trots. Mallets are up, no whistles, and the ball is downfield by Indios Chapalefu. But wait, yes, there was a whistle back there. So much noise from the crowd across the way. Oh, incredible, unbelievable, stupid. I guess they're all the same. Eduardo Hagee to hit the penalty 5 for Indios Chapalefu Bills. Hagee, nicely hit ball right towards the left-hand side of the goal. Ernesto Trots to defend with a backhander. Trots puts it along the back line. Coming in, Alfonso Pietas. Alfonso picking up the line, necks it on down along the boards. Alfonso jumps the board, comes up. It's Carlos Cressida. Carlos Cressida bumped in there by Eduardo Hagee. Eduardo sends the ball out of play. 8-4 the score here. Checker number 3. Alfonso takes it out of play. All right, Gaston Dorniac holds the ball in. Carlos Cressida with a back shot in the air. Gonzalo Pires waiting for it. Gonzalo followed up by brother Alfonso. Ernesto Trots is there. Ernesto, he's got 2 players downfield. Ernesto trying to get out in the clear. Carlos Cressida calls for the ball. Ernesto comes in. The whistle sounds. They've now moved the ball up to a penalty 3. Gaston Dorniac still talking. Now he places the ball down at the 30-yard line for a penalty 2. So, Alberto Pedro, I think now he might just leave him alone for a little bit. Carlos, it's up, it's through, and it's a goal. Carlos Cressida. Whistle sounds calling for a proper lineup. Gaston Dorniac getting tired of being charged. So the players will circle back. Now the ball's in play. Just a few seconds left in checker number 3. Carlos Cressida, near side pickup. Carlos with the man on his hip. Carlos Cressida getting away from Alberto Pedro. Alberto reaches for the next shot, and the whistle sounds. No. Carlos, this time it's up in the air. He's got the score. And that will end the chucker. Looks like the umpire. Eduardo Hagee to start off chucker number 4 with a penalty 4. He's made 3 out of 4 of these. This one is up, and it's a score. And now he's up to 4 out of, now he's made 3 out of 4. So, Gonzalo Pietas losing the ball. Benjamin Araja next to the cross field. Benjamin setting up Alberto Pedro Hagee. Hagee turning on the speed. Back out of there, but Benjamin Araja will carry the ball forward. Benjamin touched behind Gonzalo Pietas. Benjamin strokes it on towards goal. Benjamin shot right towards that goal mouth. Ernesto Trots tries the backhander. He's hooked. It's picked up. It's driven across the goal mouth as Benjamin Araja turns once again. Benjamin Araja, nice backhander, sent back further by Alberto Pedro Hagee. In front of the goal, Ernesto Trots gets turned around. A shot on goal by Eduardo Hagee. And Hagee gets his first field goal of the game. Eduardo Hagee getting his 6th score and the first from the field. And Hagee gets his first field goal of the game. And ready for this game by the looks of things so far. Carlos Cressida out of the throw-in. Carlos follows on his own drive, gets it up in the air, takes a bounce right along the boards. Carlos is there once again. Cressida moving up quickly with Araja, but Eduardo Hagee will make the backhander. Hagee shot against the boards. Whistle sounds. Gonzalo Pietas with the penalty 2. Right on through. Goes on the spread on the field. Gaston Dorniac blows into the whistle one more time. Benjamin Araja sends one downfield for Las Indios Chaplet Food. Coming down the line, Hagee. And the question is where Alfonso Pietez started from. Looked like he started from the left-hand side of the line. The two mounted officials coming over to check the kilo. That Alfonso, although he was on the wrong side of the line, didn't make a play. And no foul declared on the play. The ball's back in between the players. Kicked out of the lineup by Pepe Hagee's pony. Turned around now by Alfonso Pietez up to his number 1, Carlos Cressida. Carlos trying to get out in front. Carlos, nice cut shot going right towards goal. Gonzalo Pietez can't get there in time. It's backed up by Alberto Pedro Hagee. Alfonso Pietez pushes towards goal. Alfonso's lost it. Here comes Gonzalo. And the whistle sounds once again. Benjamin, former member of the Colonel Suarez team, he won the Open twice, playing at number 1. And he won it once with his dad on Colonel Suarez 2. Now moving to the number 3 position. The ball across field. Carlos Cressida backs that ball away. A short drive. Benjamin Araja, nice pickup. Benjamin controls the play. Benjamin Araja losing the bouncing ball. Here comes Ernesto Trotz. Uh-oh, Trotz doesn't hit that ball quite where he'd like to. It's taken now by Eduardo Hagee. As Alfonso Pietez meets the ball. Alfonso driving a pass up the field. Here comes Ernesto Trotz from the number 4 position, trying to reach Carlos Cressida. He's put it off the left-hand side. Bumped in there by Alberto Pedro. As Alfonso Pietez calls for the ball. Alfonso trying to give the pass to Carlos Cressida. Pepe Hagee, short backhand attempt. Alfonso coming through on the line. Eduardo Hagee's there. Eduardo pulling away from Gonzalo Pietez. Eduardo Hagee runs it up the right-hand side of the field. Carlos Cressida coming over to challenge. Bumping it right up. Eduardo still has momentum, though. Eduardo racing on to goal. Carlos can't get the hook. Carlos tries the back shot. He does get it off. Carlos drive right against the sideboard. Benjamin Araja moving in. Benjamin slows it down, turns. Benjamin facing off towards goal. Benjamin, uh-oh, he's left that ball behind. Pietez turns. Gonzalo Pietez. Uh-oh, he's put it off the polo field. So, midway off the pony's leg and bounces back off the field again. Once again, the umpire, Dorniak, bowls the ball on the play. Who's got it? Looks like it's Benjamin Araja. Benjamin across the goal mouth. Ernesto Trotz clears it away on the near side. Ernesto turning on the speed, using that powerful wrist. Ernesto smacks it on down along the boards. Pepe Hagee moves in, backs that ball off the playing field. A little over 2 minutes left in the half. 10-7 the score. Indios Chaplet Food on top by 3. Okay, the ball's taken out there by Carlos Cressida. Carlos runs the turn. Carlos bans the shot. Here comes Alfonso Pietez, but he's hooked by Pepe Hagee. Pepe has the ball. Alfonso hooks the mallet. Pepe losing it as Carlos Cressida and Benjamin Araja come together, and we have a whistle on that play. So the clock is stopped with just under 2 minutes, and the ball will go in favor of Indios Chaplet Food Dos. Will take the shot from the 60-yard line. Eduardo, it's going towards goal, blocked in there by Alfonso Pietez. Alfonso turns it around. Alfonso Pietez trying to set up Carlos Cressida. Eduardo Hagee drives hard for the line. Carlos pushes it forward just a little bit. Alfonso can't get the line. Brother Gonzalo does. The centering shot is intercepted here by Benjamin Araja. Trotz blocks it with a pony. It's Gonzalo Pietez going forward. Gonzalo Pietez racing on down, but Eduardo Hagee's already in position at the back. Gonzalo tries to get past Hagee. He does. Gonzalo, what a fast pony. Gonzalo Pietez. Gonzalo Pietez. What a play. Gonzalo Pietez taking the pass from the United shot and running the ball about 2/3 the length of the field. So, 10-8 the score now. Gonzalo Pietez on a breakaway. A fast pony. Blows into that whistle one more time. About 45 seconds left in the half. 10-8 the score. Now release the ball to the players. Taken out there, Ernesto Trotz shot, trying to get past Hagee. Here comes Gonzalo Piedes. Pushed out of there nicely by Benjamin Araja. Benjamin keeps him out of the play. Benjamin's back shot off the pony. Benjamin turns around, recovers. Benjamin reaching in there. It's Carlos Cressida, but Benjamin Araja. Raja puts that ball downfield. Here comes Gonzalo Piedes. Gonzalo, near side backhander. Intercepted by Alberto Pedro Hagee. Hagee racing forward. Alfonso Piedes there, but we did have a whistle on the play. Ernesto trots to take the penalty 5 at midfield. Ernesto sends one down along the ground. Kicked by the pony of Carlos Cressida. Intercepted beautifully by Pepe Hagee. Pepe getting on some run here. Pepe, there's the bell. We're in the overtime. Pepe Hagee strokes it on down, trying to get past Ernesto Trots. Pepe still has the line. He pulls up, cuts behind Trots. Pepe Hagee moving in past Ernesto Trots. Carlos Cressida decides to turn. Carlos punches the ball forward. Carlos Cressida still with the play. Carlos carries it forward. Carlos' shot hits the boards. That will end the half with the score 10-8 in favor of Indios Chaplet Food. So, you're way too high for 60 or something. All right, we're back in play. Second half underway. Bumping a ride off. Eduardo Hagee, powerful back shot on the near side. Pepe Hagee comes in, takes the whistle on the play as Gonzalo Piedes bears down on the line. I don't care if it gets in there. Ernesto Trots sends the penalty 5 up the field. Eduardo Hagee tries the backhander, but does take a whistle. Ooh, I looked away at the wrong time. What happened? Alberto kept on playing? Carlos Cressida take the penalty 4 for La Espadan. Carlos, it's up in the air. It's off to the right-hand side. Gonzalo Piedes can't get there in time. We'll have a knock-in. So Carlos Cressida only hitting 25% of his penalty 4s, 1 out of 4. Eduardo Hagee on the gray pony knocks the ball back into play. Alberto Pedro tries to pick it out of the air. Bumping a right off. Alfonso Piedes comes in. Alfonso along the boards. Taken up now by Alberto Pedro. Alberto Pedro riding hard. Alberto Pedro Hagee. His shot turned back by Ernesto Trots. Carlos Cressida turns the line. Carlos waiting for players to get in position. Carlos pressing on forward. Carlos, little flick shot across field for Alfonso Piedes. Challenging there by Eduardo Hagee. And the whistle sounds. Out of the lineup, it's Carlos Cressida. Can he get past Benjamin Araja? Benjamin backs that ball away nicely. Pepe Hagee takes the line. Pepe gives it a solid hit. Ernesto Trots goes to the whip, bumping a right off. Pepe pressing forward. What a pick up by Pepe with a man on his hip. It's Ernesto Trots. Trots goes in. Pepe gets an out on the ball. Alberto Pedro pulling away from Alfonso Piedes. Alberto Pedro going towards goal. Alfonso Piedes coming in, tries to hook the mallet. Alberto Pedro advancing forward right towards goal, but it's behind the goal post. Quite a nice effort by Alberto Pedro Hagee. So we'll have a knock-in now. Ernesto Trots across the goal mouth, but umpires did not save play. So they'll bring it back and make him hit it again. Ernesto sends it across the goal mouth again. Carlos Cressida rides for position, written off though by Eduardo Hagee. Alfonso Piedes tries to attack. Benjamin Araja, his backhander, down to Pepe Hagee. Pepe fires a bomb towards that goal, but it's wide to the left. Ernesto sends the ball up the field. Alberto Pedro comes in. Alfonso Piedes pulls away from the pack. Alfonso Piedes off the pony's leg. Eduardo Hagee with a back shot. Ernesto Trots turns. Trots backs the ball away, and the whistle sounds. Hagee, this one's along the ground. Looks like it'll carry. It's blocked in there. Put in for the score. by Pepe Hagee with the next shot. So, all right, the ball's in play. Carlos Cressida fans the ball. Turned back by Alberto Pedro. Alfonso Pierres jumping on the line. Alfonso Pierres sends the ball off the playing field. Sitting with us today is Robert President and publisher of the Polo magazine in the U.S. How many what do you think of the game so far?
Well, it certainly is one way to make a game exciting by having Espadan drop behind by 5 goals. Too soon to call, though.
Okay. Right you are. We have 3.5 chukkers remaining as Alfonso Pierres puts the pass up to Carlos. Carlos in scoring position. Carlos pulling away from Alberto Pedro Hagee. Carlos Cressida. Carlos. Nice now control by Carlos Cressida. So, Carlos Cressida getting his first field goal. And that in itself is pretty rare that Carlos would go almost 4.5 chukkers before he gets the score.
Yes, he's under pressure.
Eduardo Hagee is here as mounted ground, always in position. All right, we're back in play, and there's Eduardo Hagee passing the ball up to brother Pepe. Pepe running his way to goal. Pepe. Oh, can't quite cut that ball the way he'd like to, so it's a lucky break for Las Medallas. Score remains 11-9, 2 goals separating these two teams. Las Medallas, Ami said, coming from behind. Working up the ball, it's Ernesto Trotz. Ernesto sends the ball along the ground. Benjamin Araja, his back shot, intercepted by Trotz. Pepe Hagee tries to get out of the way. At least he thought he was on the line, I guess. Ernesto Trotz sends the ball upfield. Alfonso Pierres rises from position, but Benjamin Araja turns it back for Indios Chapalepu. Carlos Cressida's backhander downfield. Taken away by Alfonso Pierres. Here comes Gonzalo. Gonzalo strokes to goal off the right-hand side. Can they get down there in time? No, they can't. That ball right over the back line will have a knock-in from Eduardo Hagee for Indios Chapalepu. 1.5 minutes left in chukker number 5. 11-9 the score. Eduardo Hagee comes up the center of the ground. Eduardo Hagee pushing the ball forward. Eduardo Hagee playing brilliantly this afternoon. Eduardo, his shot bounces off the sideboard and into a hedgerow. So, listen to those people on the other side. We got the red and white banners for Indios Chapalepu, the green and white banners of Las Espadan. And now the ball's in play. Carlos Cressida hammers the backhander. It was knocked down by Alberto Pedro Hagee. Alberto Hagee trying to get around past Alfonso Pierres. Alfonso, nicely back ball. Gonzalo Pierres turning for the line. Eduardo Hagee gets there first, knocked down by the pony of Gonzalo. Gonzalo turns the ball and goes forward. Gonzalo Pierres, he doesn't have anybody down to take the pass. Going back to the defense, Alberto Pedro Hagee. Alfonso Pierres trying to keep the pressure on. It's backed up by Hagee. Here comes Carlos Cressida. Carlos in scoring position. He's partially hooked. He carries the ball to goal. It's across the goal face, and we've got a whistle on the play. So, umpire's whistle sounds with just about 20 seconds left in the chukker, and let's see what they decide. All right, the ball in play. Penalty 5 taken by Eduardo Hagee, intercepted by Gonzalo Pierres. Gonzalo followed up by brother Alfonso. Alfonso strokes it to goal. Alfonso Pierres right towards that goal mouth. Carlos Cressida unseated, and the whistle sounds. No foul declared on the play by the officials on the field. Did not come to the referee. Ball's bowled in right down in front of that Las Espadan goal. There's the bell. We're in the overtime. Alberto Pedro Hagee cranks a pass downfield. Gonzalo Pierres goes back for the defensive play. Eduardo Hagee smacks it forward. Look at Alberto Pedro. He's on a racehorse now. Alberto Pedro Hagee running up the field. Eduardo Hagee and Ernesto Trotz staying wide. Alberto Pedro showing that former 10-goal style. Alberto Pedro Hagee, what a run, as you can witness by this crowd. All right, the ball's back in play. Little hassle in the bowling, backed out of there by Alfonso Pierres. Alberto Pedro sends the ball back on the near side. Turning on the line, Pepe Hagee without Alfonso Pierres. Benjamin Araja comes on through. Benjamin running up for the line. Benjamin, and the whistle sounds.
Talked to a guy the other night.
Eduardo, nice shot, but it is wide. Ernesto Trotz puts the ball back into play. Eduardo Hagee rides for the line. Mallet is up. Alberto Pedro with a back shot. Whistle does sound, but it's taken away now by La Spadana. Alberto Pedro, short, well-placed backhander, but it's kicked by a pony. Here comes Pepe. Pepe up with the ball. Pepe gets away from La Spadana. Pepe heading down towards goal. Ernesto Trotz moves in, hammers that backhander on the near side. Turned upfield. It's Eduardo Hagee with a back shot for Indios Chapalepu. Carlos Cressida picking up the loose ball. Carlos Cressida sending the pass up for Gonzalo Pienes, but it takes a hop off the polo field. All right, listen to this crowd now. This side is cheering for La Spadana. The ball's in play. Alfonso Pienes comes up with the ball. Alfonso cuts the ball across field for Ernesto, but he'll take it himself. Alfonso still on the ball 3 times on the near side, 4 times. Eduardo Hagee shades the line, gives him a bump. Alfonso sends the ball down to Carlos. Carlos going to goal. Carlos Cressida. Carlos Cressida! But wait, we had a whistle. Now they'll look to Pilo Garrico. And he says yes. So the goal will not count. And we'll have a knock-in, a penalty 5 taken here by Indios Chapalepu. So score remains 12-9, midway through the 6th chukker. Eduardo Hagee. Booming ball downfield. Turned back now by Alfonso Pienes. Alfonso's shot stops dead. Back out of there by Indios Chapalepu. Here comes Alberto Pedro Hagee. We've got 2 men in white going forward. Carlos Cressida racing back to the defense. Alberto Pedro, nice approach, is about 70 yards out. Alberto Pedro this time is going a little right. Can he get down there in time? No! Ernesto Trotz quickly into play. Lofted drive. Alfonso Pienes riding up for the line. Alfonso trying to get past Eduardo Hagee. It's picked up now by Gonzalo Pienes. Gonzalo on the offside, the near side, back to the right-hand side again. Excuse me, that was Carlos Cressida as Gonzalo Pienes comes in now for the line. Gonzalo bumped in there by Benjamin Raja. The loose ball against the boards. Backed out of there by Pepe Hagee. Ernesto Trotz flicks another pony's tail. Here comes Pienes with a shot towards goal. Carlos Cressida picks it up on the near side. Carlos Cressida, short back shot, well played, 90-degree cut shot by Carlos Cressida. Gaston Dorniac puts that ball into play. Carlos Cressida gets the first mallet on it. 2 Indios Chapalepu players swing at the same ball. Carlos Cressida tries to pick it up. Alberto Pedro Hagee followed up on by Pepe as Ernesto Trotz backs the ball for Gonzalo Pienes. Pepe comes in and gets the back shot. Here comes Pepe Hagee. Pepe downfield. Pepe Hagee. His shot turned around by Ernesto Trotz. Coming on the line, it's going to be Alberto Pedro Hagee, but Gonzalo Pienes goes forward. Alfonso sends the ball up to Carlos. The green and white's on the move. The green machine out in front. It's Carlos Cressida. Carlos slowing down now. Carlos Cressida just dribbles it nice and easy towards the goal. A little bit shy. It's taken in there by Pienes. Across the goal now by Indios Chapalepu. Out of the shadows will be Pepe Hagee. The ponies are starting to tire now. Pepe Hagee downfield, can't quite pull it off. Here comes Alberto Pedro. How can he go around the umpire? Alberto Pedro Hagee coming in on his own line. It's picked up now by Pepe Hagee as Alfonso Pienes gives the ball to Carlos Cressida. Carlito Cressida turns on the play. Met in there by Hagee. Hagee runs behind Carlos, cuts off the second player. But Carlos Cressida leaves the ball now for Gonzalo Pienes. Gonzalo slowing it down. Gonzalo leaves the play for Alfonso. Alfonso, now they're starting to look like the team they should be. But Indios Chapalepu sure keeping the pressure on. Hagee rides out the line. A shot on goal by Carlos Cressida. And the score now, 12-11. All right. Gaston Dorniak getting ready to start. Chucker number 7, 12-11 the score. All right, now the ball's in play, picked up quickly by Benjamin Araja. Benjamin sending the ball past Carlos Cressida. Piedras with a backhander. Gonzalo turns on the line. Gonzalo will take the whistle. Undefended shot awarded in favor of Indios Chapley Food. Eduardo Hagee gets it up in the air, high and through for the score. Eduardo Hagee converting on that penalty shot. In Chucker number 6, for the first time, Indios Chapley Food was kept scoreless against the 2 goals by La Spadana. But now they've come back and they've opened up that margin again, 13-11. Eduardo Hagee racing into the defense. He's hooked by Piedras, but does get the backhander away. Benjamin Araja followed on the play by Alberto Pedro Hagee. Benjamin having to give away around the umpire. Alberto Pedro coming on his own play. Alberto Pedro Hagee against the sideboards. Carlos Cressida hooks the mallet. Here comes Benjamin Araja. Benjamin getting tripped up with the mallet and the legs. It's Eduardo Hagee coming out with the ball. Eduardo looking for a clear space to hit. This time it's against Alfonso Piedras. Alfonso next the ball over to Carlos Cressida. Carlos Cressida breaking out of the pack, but look at Alberto Pedro close the gap with a fast pony. Carlos Cressida still on the line. Carlos Cressida shaded over the line as Gonzalo Piedras races in and takes a whistle on the play. Goes in favor of, dribbles it one time, second time, Carlos Cressida coming into cover. Hagee puts it off the left-hand side of the field, right to his dad, Alberto Pedro. Alberto Pedro Hagee tries to straighten it out. He does partially. Bumping it right off. Pepe Hagee with a little shot. Alfonso Piedras takes it forward. Now Alfonso gets the backhander as Gonzalo Piedras sends it on downfield. Who's going to get the play? Ernesto Trots downfield. Carlos Cressida trying to hold Eduardo wide. Carlos now goes for the ball. Ernesto fires a pass. Look at Carlos turn on the speed. Carlos Cressida banks that pony over. Carlos shoots. Carlos Cressida and Ernesto Trots. Great effort. Picking up that goal. All right, the ball's in play. Ernesto Trots backs it out of the lineup. Gonzalo Piedras trying to get past Eduardo Hagee. Mallets are up. Alfonso Piedras losing sight of the ball momentarily. Here comes Benjamin Araja to blister that ball well downfield. Benjamin Araja's shot turned back but intercepted. Here comes Araja once again on the play. Benjamin trying to get towards goal. Ernesto Trots, backhander in the corner. Gonzalo Piedras turns. Piedras trying to get past. He does. Alfonso moves to the line, but that ball will roll out of bounds. So did have a whistle on the play. Eduardo, it's up in the air. It's looking good. It's outside to the left. Score remains 13-12. We'll have a knock-in. Wait a minute. We've got a whistle. They're discussing whether it was in or out. Alberto Pedro Hagee right down there with Juan Jose Alberti. Question is, was it over the goalpost? Was it between the goalposts? So the decision stands. We'll have a knock-in by Ernesto Trots for La Spadana. Ernesto coming off the back line. Ernesto following up on his knock-in. Ernesto sends the ball to the boards. It rides the top rail and goes out of play. So midway through Chucker number 7, 1 goal separating these two fine teams on the scoreboard, but there's a 5-goal difference in handicap. Carlos Carlos Garcia punches one downfield. Alfonso Pierres tries to get in position. Alfonso ridden off by Eduardo Hagee. Gonzalo Pierres puts the ball back up to Alfonso. Alfonso coming out in the open. Alfonso. Eduardo Hagee pushes hard for the line. Alfonso shot just outside that left-hand goalpost. So, Alfonso Pierres, Gonzalo, getting that teamwork going now up and down the field. Eduardo Hagee just keeps that pressure on. Eduardo laying awfully well. Beautiful shot. Takes a bounce. It's off the photo field. The ball's in play again. On the lineup, Benjamin Araja. His shot off the pony of Ernesto Trotz. Trotz comes in for the line. Trotz with a backhander. Picked off by Alberto Pedro Hagee, but Gonzalo Pierres is there. Gonzalo giving the pass up to brother Alfonso. Alfonso can't get there in time. Backed up short by Eduardo Hagee. Carlos Garcia trying to reach Alfonso. What a shot by Garcia right towards that goal. Alfonso Pierres ridden off once again by Eduardo Hagee. Eduardo tails that ball across the field nicely. Gonzalo Pierres reads the play. Anticipation as Ernesto Trotz comes in with Benjamin Araja. A loose ball along the back line. Alberto Pedro Hagee tries to put one against the boards. He does. Carlos Garcia taps it past one defending player. Garcia's lost the ball against the boards. Alberto Pedro Hagee comes up with the play. Alberto Pedro out in the open. Pepe Hagee takes the pass. Pepe now by Alfonso Pierres. Alfonso, but we did have a whistle. Hagee towards goal. It's blocked. Carlos Garcia can't get a handle on the bounce. Turned back here by Pepe Hagee. Over Alberto Pedro. Alberto Pedro comes in. And there's some activity out there in the whistle. Alberto Pedro will step off the pony. That's a hard one to read. Did Alberto go in front of Gonzalo or Gonzalo run into him? I wouldn't make a judgment on that right now. Let's see what the umpires decide. Looks like no foul on the play. All right, the ball's back in play. Coming out of there. Gonzalo Pierres trying to get out in the open. Eduardo Hagee goes for that Indios Chapele food defense. Blocked by the pony of Gonzalo Pierres. Moving in, Alberto Pedro Hagee with a backhander. Carlos Garcia goes to the play by Pepe Hagee as Alfonso moves in the line. Alfonso Pierres getting past Pepe. Alfonso Pierres turning on the speed now along the boards. Alfonso up to Carlos Garcia. Carlos Garcia across the line by Eduardo Hagee. And it's backed up now by Ernesto Trotz. Gonzalo Pierres. His next shot against the pony. This time he'll put it right back towards the goal. Carlos Garcia nets that ball across the goal mouth. Carlos a shot along the back line. Eduardo Hagee sends the ball to the boards, and it takes one bounce off the field. About 30 seconds left in the chucker. 13-12 the score. Okay, we're back in play. Carlos Garcia quickly in the lineup. Eduardo Hagee races for the defense. We've had the bell. Eduardo Hagee across the playing field towards the boards. Eduardo moves in. He'll hit the boards. Yes, he does. All right, here we go. Gonzalo Pierres puts one towards goal. The whistle did sound coming out of that throw-in. What a powerful shot by Eduardo Hagee. Hagee keeping that ball against the boards. Espadan turned around. Alfonso racing in for the pass from Gonzalo. Backed up by Eduardo Hagee across the middle of the field. Benjamin Araja escapes out of Alfonso Pierres. Benjamin's got the speed. He's got Pepe moving downfield. Benjamin, can he carry that ball? Yes, he does. Alfonso Pierres coming to the challenge. Bumping a ride off. Benjamin goes to goal. It's Alberto Pedro Hagee having a little trouble with the rest off the play. Alberto Hagee in the corner. Alberto with a next shot, blocked by Carlos Casita. Gonzalo Piedras whips it across the goal mouth. Moving in, Alfonso Piedras is there. Doesn't get that ball away. Ernesto Trotz following up on the attack. Trotz, not having had a chance to come through like he likes to. Backed out there by Benjamin Araja. Araja trying to set up Pepe Hagee. Gonzalo Piedras, offside backhander. Getting past Pepe. Pepe not happy. The ball is out of play. And he'll have a ball in. Mallets are still up. No whistles. He'll have a ball in. Berto Pedro Hagee gets it in motion for Indios Chapa. Ernesto Trotz backhander down along the boards. It's the next shot by Alberto Pedro Hagee. Here comes Carlos Casita up with the ball. Alfonso Piedras downfield. As Eduardo Hagee sends another one of those lofted back shots off the playing field, eating up valuable time. Las Padanias fans right there in front of their little group. They're not too happy. All right, the ball's back in play. Out of the lineup quickly by Trotz. Trotz bangs the ball downfield. Here comes Gonzalo Piedras, but he's hooked. Right behind, it's Ernesto Trotz. Eduardo Hagee makes the backhander and takes the whistle. Trotz presses on down the old line. Gonzalo Piedras aiming for the penalty shot. Gonzalo gets the score, and it's tied up now. Anybody's game, 13-all. What do you think now, Army? Should be an exciting final chuck.
As you said, Tony, anybody's game.
Okay. Both teams quite apprehensive. Rushing the lineup. Gaston Dorniak puts the ball into play. Out of the lineup. Ernesto Trotz tries for the play. Ernesto got the ball, gets away from Hagee. Hagee smacks at that mallet. Ernesto looked like he might have been reaching a little over before the pony. But Pepe Hagee rushing forward to take the pass. And we did have a whistle. Two umpires never coming to the referee. Making a throw in. 4 minutes left to go in the game. It's all tied up, 13-all. Alfonso Piedras runs a turn, comes around the back door. Alfonso trying to get past Eduardo Hagee. Here comes Ernesto Trotz. Ernesto Trotz on the near side. Ernesto Trotz. Trotz. Mallets are up. The ball's against the boards. Taking off Alberto Pedro Hagee on another racehorse. He's got Eduardo Hagee racing on down. Piedras going to the whip. Alfonso. Eduardo hits that ball high in the air. It's taken across field now by Gonzalo Piedras. Gonzalo Piedras trying to get something going. Alberto Pedro goes for the back shot. He gets it away. Here comes Pepe Hagee on the new line. Pepe. It's intercepted though by Gonzalo Piedras. Can he get past Eduardo Hagee? Hagee with a nice back shot. Hagee's drive along the ground. Picked up by Alfonso, but we hear another whistle. Pilo Garrico will have to go down and have a little discussion. 3.5 minutes left in the game. No foul declared on the play. No foul declared on the play. Juan Jose Alberti lines the players up and puts it back into play. Pepe Hagee quickly with the ball. Carlos Casita rides in for the play. Carlos Casita trying to set up Gonzalo Piedras. Gonzalo getting him out on the ball, but it's turned against the sideboards by Alberto Pedro Hagee. Here we go. Now that ball is off the playing field again. I'm not sure what's going to take place here, Ronnie. They usually don't play off a tie in a round-robin situation. But since both these teams have identical records, they would have to play it off. All right. Downfield. Eduardo Hagee, short back shot. Alfonso Piedras moving forward. Alfonso, but we hear a whistle once again. Gonzalo on a breakaway. He's quieting down now. Carlos Casita, all important 10-4-10. Carlos. Right towards goal. Carlos shot. It's wide to the left. So, with 2.5 minutes remaining in the chucker, 13-13 the score. Eduardo Hagee behind the back line. Eduardo, healthy knock-in, well downfield. Alberto Pedro tries for the pickup. He's challenged there by Gonzalo Piedras. It's Piedras to turn it around. Alberto Hagee not happy about the play. Carlos Casita moving in with Eduardo. Backed out of there by Pepe. Here comes Carlos Casita. Carlos fires a shot. That's right, but it's still in play. Gonzalez gets it with the backside. It's over the back line. And what have we got? We've got a whistle for about 2 minutes. 13-13 the score. Eduardo taps it once. Eduardo sends one up the middle of the ground. Benjamin Araja turning on the speed. What a bump by Araja. Short backhander by Gonzalo Pires. Turned back further by Alfonso as Pepe Hagee sends one across the middle. Carlos Casita finds himself on the defense. A nice little backhander by Carlos. Here comes a whistle on the play. Eduardo Hagee along the ground. Alfonso Pires swings. It carries on through. So Indio Chapa regains the lead. 14-13 on a penalty four by Eduardo Hagee. So the clock moving up. A little over a minute left in the game. Ernesto Trotz comes in, hooks them out with Hagee. It's picked up now by Benjamin Araja. Pepe Hagee moves forward. Gonzalo rides out the line. We've got a whistle. Whistle stops the clock. Two forwards. Here comes Gonzalo with the ball. He's got Ernesto Trotz right behind. Gonzalo's got the speed. Gonzalo sends one towards goal. It's deflected off the pony of Alberto Pedro Hagee. Alfonso shoots. Here comes Gonzalo right down in front of goal. Pepe Hagee clears it away nicely. Met in there by Pires. Alfonso. It's speared out of the air by Eduardo Hagee. It's going towards goal, but what do we got? It's a score. Tied up. We've got about 30 seconds left. Listen to this crowd. So, Alfonso Pires makes his first goal of the game. Alfonso makes his first goal of the game, fit up at 14-all. Gaston Dorniak calls the players to line up. The ball's in play. Who's going to get it first? Mallets are up. Where's the ball? It's taken out of there by Ernesto Trotz. We've got a scramble and we've got a whistle. Penalty 5 in favor of Indios Chapele Food Dose. May have to play off the tie. Should give each team a victory and a tie. Maybe they count the tie and go for the goals. If that's the count, if that's the case, Las Padana had a 30-4 win over Colonel Suarez 2. So if that being the case, if it's net goals instead of a win-loss record, Gaston Dorniak coming over to check. Have a little discussion out on the field. No one seems to know what the ruling is. Okay. All right. I guess they're going to play. Gonzalo Pires with the knock-in towards the boards. There's the bell now. Eduardo Hagee shoots. It's... What do we got? Now we've got a whistle. Now I believe the game is really over, and by my calculations, I would think Las Padana would go to the final of the Open because of the net goal.